Hello everyone, welcome you all in the EPG Pathshala program in the subject Botany. I am Dr. Vitthal Baravkar, Assistant Professor at Department of Botany, Savitribai Phule, Pune University. Today I will discuss contribution of genetic engineering in crop improvement, restricting myself only to crop yield and quality. In earlier modules, you have seen various strategies such as biotic, abiotic, herbicide tolerance for crop yield improvement. In today's discussion, we will focus on improving crop yield by enhancing plants' intrinsic yield potential. Learning objectives. Let us now look at the outline of lecture. Initially, I shall introduce you to need for improvement in crop yield and quality. Further, we will discuss various candidate traits or processes such as photosynthesis, plant developmental features, nitrogen assimilation and seed growth for improvement of crop yield. Moreover, we will also discuss success stories for quality improvement in crop plants. Lastly, we will summarize. In 21st century, genetic engineering is considered as a hope to overcome the limiting crop yield potential. Genetic engineering provides a wide range of strategies not only for reducing yield losses, that is by increasing resistance to pest and disease and by providing tolerance to abiotic stress, but also by increasing the intrinsic yield potential of the plants. Understanding the complexity of yield potential trait using individual gene expression has led to negative view about the technology because of non-significant increase in the yield potential. However, there are few examples where physiological research has led to improved crop cultivars with increased yield. Increased yield should not be compromised with food quality in terms of nutritional aspect. Hence, a group of researchers all over globe are also addressing this issue by genetic transformation. The present discussion is focused on various traits or candidate genes used for improvement of crop yield and quality. Plant genetic modification can be done by various methods such as traditional breeding by crossing the plants and selecting offspring. This method has been very successful in many crop plants because large number of genes can be transferred and no safety testing is required. Second method, mutagenesis, involves exposing seeds to chemicals or radiation leading to random changes in genome and favorable mutations are selected and propagated. RNA interference specifically switch off targeted genes leading to subsequent phenotypic changes. Lastly, transgenic approach can be used to insert selected gene using recombinant DNA methods and has been popular method for engineering plants. In this module, we restrict our discussion on various crop yields and quality improvements approaches only. We will discuss various traits and candidate genes used to improve crop yield and quality. How photosynthesis, regulators of plant development, nitrogen assimilation and seed growths are related to enhancing crop yield potential. Further, we will discuss role of various genes in altering nutritional content, taste and appearance, flower pigmentation, alteration of oil composition and use of plant genetic engineering to produce biopharmaceuticals in plants. Crop yield has direct connection with photosynthetic assimilation of CO2. Hence, increasing net photosynthetic rate, translocation and storage is important to increase crop yield. Scientists are trying to modify the enzymes involved in photosynthesis related reactions. Currently, many attempts are going on to introduce the precursor pathway for organic acid fixation of CO2, that is C4 pathway, into C3 bases. Adaptability of plant to light and shade condition was accelerated by increasing amount of photosystem II subunit in tobacco. In another study, overexpression of genes involved in NPQ, that is non-photochemical quenching, lead to increase in photosynthetic efficiency in shade condition. Two transgenic lines of tobacco expressing rubisco from cyanobacterium Staphylococcus elongatus were developed while rubisco in these plants was knocked out. This improved photosynthetic efficiency in transform lines. Figure 2 depicts role of photosynthetic machinery from light harvesting to grain production. A flow diagram indicates the principal subsystem that connects to convert sunlight into crop yield. The influence of internal regulatory mechanism shown as dashed line, environmental factor shown as dotted lines, and development or acclimation alters both the rate and capacity of material and energy flux through the whole system. This table summarizes the processes where losses in photosynthesis may occur in field grown rice growing in tropics. Processes like light harvesting, electron transport, carbon assimilation, photoassimilate partitioning and respiration greatly affects the photosynthetic loss. Plant developmental features. Plant agronomic traits such as plant height, branching pattern, vasculature, flowering pattern influence overall crop performance and yield. Hence, there is a scope to manipulate these traits genetically to improve crop features. The figure shows plant developmental features relevant to crop biomass and yield. The developmental feature such as architectural traits, leaf and vasculature predominantly determines plant physiology, including the perception of light, transport of photosynthete and sourcing relationship. These physiological parameters in turn determine the crop yield and biomass. The developmental features are further regulated by phytohormones, genetic and environmental factors. Plant height and branching. GA and brasinosteroids are known to be involved in determination of plant height. Expression of genes involved in biosynthesis or signaling of these hormones can be manipulated to achieve increase or reduction in plant height. Similarly, lateral branching or tillering meristem function is largely regulated by auxins and cytokinins. Several genes encoding transcription factors in signaling of these hormones have been identified. Leaf morphology. Features such as size, shape, thickness, number of stomata directly affects photosynthesis, hence influence crop yield. Genes governing these characters are very important in crops where leaf is commercially important. Flowering time. Complex traits such as flowering time in crops is influenced by various factors such as phytohormones, developmental stage, environmental condition, etc. Several QTLs have been identified in Arabidopsis, rice, wheat influencing flowering time. Some examples of plant architecture associated gene. Gene MOC1 from rice encodes grass family transcription factor that positively regulate tillering that determines pinnacle number. BL from tomato encodes MIP transcription factor which regulates initiation of auxiliary meristem and lateral branching. SLR1 or SLRL1 from rice and RST from wheat encoding DELA protein which codes for GA signaling repressor, regulation of internode elongation and plant height. Sub 1A from rice encodes ethylene response factor which limits shoot elongation by modulating GA signaling. Gene LNT1 from barley encodes bell shaped homeodomain transcription factor that regulates auxiliary bud outgrowth and tillering. Further functional genomics approaches such as QTL mapping, GWAS, transcriptome profiling can help in finding out candidate genes regulating plant development in various crops. Nitrogen assimilation. Large amount of nitrogen fertilizers are used every year. They have many limitations like they cause soil and water pollution, excessive weed growth in field. They show toxic effect on ecosystem component. Also their use is limited by high cost. Hence, there is a need of improving nitrogen use efficiency of crop plants which ultimately should be reflected in crop yield. Plants absorb nitrogen in the form of nitrates and ammonia. This inorganic form of nitrogen is converted into nitrogenous organic compounds like amino acids. This process involves several enzymatic steps: glutamine synthetase, GS1 and NADH dependent glutamine 2 oxoglutarate aminotransferase, that is NADH GOGAT are key enzymes in this process. Gene encoding cytosolic glutamine synthetase and the corresponding enzyme activity is positively correlated with QTL for yield and its component. Examples: when Phaseolus vulgaris glutamine synthetase 1 gene was overexpressed in wheat, yield and nitrogen content of grains increased. Overexpression of GS2 gene increased growth rate in Nicotiana tabacum and increased photorespiration and drought tolerance in Oryza sativa. Along with genes encoding amino acid biosynthesis, genes involved in their transport have been characterized. Overexpression of NIA gene encoding nitrate reductase upoenzyme does not cause any yield increase. It is said that the transformation in nitrogen assimilation related genes will not alter basic metabolism. Hence, to increase nitrogen assimilation, data coming from various studies like genomics, transcriptomics, physiology, etc. must be compiled and used. Seed growth. Yield in cereals depends upon seed number and seed weight. Transformation of wheat with the gene SH2R6HS, transformation of wheat with gene SH2R6HS from maize encoding altered subunit of AGP, that is ADP glucose pyrophosphorylase enzyme, increased seed weight by 38%. Similar experiment was also performed in rice. However, there was overall increase in growth of plant, hence plant harvest index remains same. Figure indicates structure of expression construct of PSH2R6HS. Improvement of crop quality. First, we will discuss modification of plant nutritional content. Plants are major source of food for human beings. Beside energy, they also provide various nutrients essential for normal metabolism in human body. Engineering plants for improving nutritional quality may provide solution to problems like malnutrition. Using biochemical tools, recently many plants have been modified for altered nutritional content. Strategies in this respect include manipulation of genes involved in biosynthesis, transport or degradation, and regulation of particular nutrient, etc. We will discuss first example, that is golden rice. Golden rice producing high levels of beta carotene, that is vitamin A precursor, was engineered to overcome vitamin A deficiency. This was achieved by co-transformation of genes encoding phytoin synthase, in short PSY, and lycopene beta cyclase, in short LCY, originated from daffodil, and phytoin desaturase, in short CRT, originated from bacterium Erwinia urodovora. High lysine production. DAPA gene from Corynebacterium glutamicum is introduced into maize, which encodes dihydrodipicolinate synthase, DHDPS in short, which is insensitive to lysine feedback mechanism. Free lysine level is also increased by suppression of lysine ketoglutarate reductase, that is in short LKR, and saccharopyne dehydrogenase SDH, which is involved in lysine breakdown. Figure indicates lysine enrichment approach by abolishing feedback inhibition of DHDPS and suppressing lysine ketoglutarate reductase or saccharopyne dehydrogenase bifunctional enzyme, in short LKR SDH, involved in lysine degradation. Other attempts have been made to increase fructose level in sugar beet, to manipulate amylase to amylopectin ratio in potato, increase vitamin E levels in soybean and maize, increase in iron content in rice, etc. Modification of food plant taste and appearance. Efforts have been made to improve sweetness, flavor, color, shelf life, and to prevent discoloration in fruits and vegetables. Scientists have characterized the genes governing these traits. Antisense gene of enzyme polygalactoronase was transformed into flower sour tomato to inhibit pectin degradation in cell wall, thereby improving shelf life. Various genes encoding sweet proteins such as monolins are identified and transformed into tomato, lettuce and strawberry etc. Cloning of antisense transcripts of polyphenol oxidase gene under the control of CAMV35S promoters and granule bound starch synthase GBSS promoter in potato and apple has shown to decrease discoloration. Transformation of gene encoding fructose, that is polymers of fructose, accumulated fructose in the tap root of sugar beet. Genetic modification of flower pigmentation. In flower industry, hundreds of new varieties are developed continuously to improve flower color and cut life. Through the genetic engineering approach, many varieties of commercially important flowers like petunia, gerbera, carnation and roses have been developed. Flavonoids such as anthocyanins, chalcones, orons, carotenoids are important components responsible for pigmentation in flowers. Overexpression or suppression of chalcone synthase gene have been studied in various plants. Overexpression of chalcone synthase gene in petunia blocked anthocyanin biosynthesis and led to white colored flowers. Petunias transformed with dihydroflavonol 4 reductase gene from corn flower showed brick red color. The table depicts genes involved in synthesis of various enzymes for flower pigment pathways. Biosynthesis of anthocyanidins. Chalcone synthase catalyzes formation of tetrahydroxychalcone. Later on, different enzymes such as chalcone synthase, flavonone 3 hydroxylase, dihydroflavonol 4 reductase, anthocyanidin synthase catalyzes other steps in pigment production. The methyl groups are only added to anthocyanins, not to anthocyanidins. The actual pigment color production is not solely depends upon the enzyme catalyzing reactions, but also depends upon other factors. This table summarizes successful modifications in various attributes of ornamental plant, traits like altered flower color, altered plant parts, disease improvement, disease resistance, early flowering, enhanced resistance, extended flower life, glyphosate tolerance, increased flower number, improved root characteristics, improved fusarium tolerance, increased fragrance, increased vast life, modified phenotype, modified plant architecture, reduced black spot, reduced plant height have been studied in various ornamental plants. Modified plant oils. Oilseed plants store fatty acid in the form of triglycerols. Engineering oilseed crops aims at improving desired oil content or production of novel fatty acids healthier for humans. This is achieved through antisense or RNAi technology or introduction of gene from other sources. Figure depicts enzyme involved in fatty acid biosynthesis. We will discuss few examples of altered oil content in oil crops. Two fatty acid desaturase genes GH SAD1 encoding steroyl acyl carrier protein delta 9 desaturase and GH FAD21 encoding oledyl phosphatidylcholine omega 6 desaturase were down regulated by hairpin RNA mediated gene silencing to alter composition of fatty acid in cotton seed. Seed stearate level was increased by transforming seed specific antisense construct of steroyl ACP desaturase gene in Brassica rapa. Oleic acid content can be increased in soybean oil by decreasing level of delta 12 desaturase. Gene encoding delta 12 desaturase was repressed using gene silencing. This makes soybean oil suitable for commercial use. Increase in short chain fatty acids in canola, Brassica napus, was achieved through transformation of canola with thioesterase gene originated from Umbelluria californica. Upper panel shows chimeric silencing construct transform into cotton under control of soybean lectin promoter. Lower table summarizes genetically engineered canola varieties with modified lipid contents and their commercial uses. Pharmaceutical products. Plants can produce a variety of biopharmaceuticals. They can be easily transformed and are a cheaper source to obtain desired products. Plants are being transformed to obtain antibodies, antigens, vaccines, proteins and other pharmaceuticals. To achieve immunity against hepatitis B virus, DNA fragment encoding hepatitis B virus surface antigen was transformed into lupin and luteus through agrobacterium transformation. The successful production of antibodies against recombinant surface antigen was observed in mice and human. Hepatitis B viral surface antigen was also transformed into potato, transgenic banana, potato, tomato, cabbage, strawberry, producing antibodies against several viral and bacterial diseases. This table summarizes some of the therapeutic agents produced in transgenic plant and their application. As we can see here, tobacco is used as a plant of choice because transformation is easy and yield of antigenic protein is good. These therapeutic agent produced in transgenic plant can be used for treatment of anemia, hepatitis C and B, liver cirrhosis, cystic fibrosis, Gaucher disease, etc. Transgenic plants have been proved as a good source to produce antigenic peptide and proteins. Further, they can be used as a edible vaccines. Following are advantages of plant edible vaccine. They are easy for administration, easy for production and transportation. They show reduced risk since they are free from pathogens. As well as there are some limitations such as dose determination is difficult. Some individuals may develop immune tolerance against protein or peptide. Table here summarizes various recombinant vaccine antigens expressed in plants. Now we will summarize. Crop yield is a multidimensional trait along with extrinsic factors such as abiotic and biotic tolerance, intrinsic processes which directly supply carbon pool such as photosynthesis needs to be further optimized to enhance crop yield. Increased yield should not be compromised with food quality in terms of nutritional aspects, hence parallel efforts should be focused on enhancing nutritional quality of crop plants. Thank you for patient listening.